Hi, my tubies, my Teletubbies. It's me, Sheila True Love, and we are having a mukbang here while we have a discussion. Are you a simp? Are you a female simp? We're going to be talking with J.R. Wisdom while I have my wonderful pork chops smothered in gravy. As you see, that juices? Nice pork chops. And I have this is cucumbers and tomatoes. Yes. Mmm, mmm, mmm. I had no idea I really like tomato cucumbers like this. Mmm, 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 mmm. Anyway, we're gonna be talking with JR while we have this mukbang. I know I promised you that I would do another one. And like I said, this is JR Wisdom, and we're gonna be talking about female simps. Are you one of them? Let's just listen in.
I'm going to get into this particular email and read it to you guys because I got her permission and she just, would like me to share her story. And I was just going to give my take on this, the whole nature of this, because men do it. Obviously, we know men do it a lot. But when a woman actually comes out and she's aware that of what it is that she's doing, and she feels that it's necessary to keep the attention of a male, and that's just the way she's been going about doing things, that's just like,
Sad.
wow, where do you go from there?
That's really sad.
So let's go ahead and get into the email here. If I can pull it up. Man, this thing reduced quick. Everybody done fell off. Oh well. You guys will watch it later. So this particular young lady, whoever, she's a professional. She's a commercial truck driver. She does that for a living. And just to start off her email, she says, I've been legally separated for a few years and will be finalizing early 2018. I'll have to be brief once again due to work. Blah, blah, blah. My bottom line story is, ever since my separation, I've found myself paying for the attention or affection of a guy I've found interesting. Him knowing of my separation, I've been...
Now, can you tell me how sad is that anytime a female have to pay for someone's attention, or you have to pay a man to touch you? You have to pay a man to please come, please lay up with me, please don't leave, please. I know so many females who are doing the financial heavy lifting in relationships, and I that has never set well with me, because it's, to me, it's kind of sad, you know. Mm-mm. Anyway, let's get back to J.R. Wisdom and see what he says.
transparent. She's been transparent with it. Here's a little backstory. Throughout life, I've been told I have dominant features or not as bad as I think.
Okay, so she's insecure. She feels that she has dominant features, meaning she doesn't feel very feminine. So she needs outside validation, which is sad. The only validation you need is Jehovah God, Jesus Christ, and your own.
So I guess I'm assuming ever since she was a child, she's been told this about her having dominant features, or as some people would call manly features, or, you know, not as, or harder features. I'm assuming that's what she's alluding to by saying this. I would be the one in pursuit, and I'd start spending to impress and hold said guy's attention. Once I saw this worked, I went for a guy out of my league.
Out of my league.
Out of my league. When you say out of my league, I'm assuming you're just talking about, and from the perspective of a man saying this about a woman, you believing that this man, based upon his looks, that he's out of your league. Which is, I guess that's in the eyes of the beholder, or whatever you feel about yourself, that's what you're going to project onto other people, because they're going to be able to, read that. So she says, I was
So anyway, I don't consider no man out of my league as long as I have my magic between my legs, which is priceless. I don't think there's no man alive that's out of my league. At the same time, I don't date good looking, really, really outstandingly good looking model type men. Nah. Way too many women lined up for this, you know? I remember speaking with a female in Buffalo. And she said, I go for the pennies. Everybody wants a quarter, everybody wants a dime. Hardly anybody wants a penny. You know, and I understand where she's coming from, but life has taught me well. Honey, go for that quarter. Go for the quarter. Even though I don't particularly like overly attractive men. No, they got way too many options. Way too many options. And that has nothing to do with me having low self-esteem. I'm just not, I'm not going to sit up here and compete for some dude. That ain't happening. Give me just an average. No, I don't want no ugmo. Even though my ex-husband, he wasn't all that great looking, but I could take the average, decent looking man, and that's fine. But in terms of a man being out of my league, I don't think that exists.
never seen in public with this guy, but he did treat me kind. He got jewelry, money, clothes, electronics, and loads of attention. He needed none of it. He is well established. He's a homeowner, intelligent, kind, patient,
Kind?
financially well off, and honest. He never lied to me nor promised me anything. This was genuine to me, and the only way to retain this was to continue giving. Fast forward, he's moved on, and I don't see myself getting into a serious, successful relationship with this mindset. Which she's right. You can't be in a serious relationship, whether you're man or woman, when you just have to pay that person to be with you. It's not going to happen.
It's true.
Unfortunately, I've learned this works, and this behavior has become my immediate response to capture a man's attention since I lack in many areas. And obviously, she finishes out the email with that, which we'll do a consultation, whatever, later on to talk about this.
So she feels that pretty much since she doesn't feel that she's very attractive, she feels that this is what works because she lacks in so many other areas, whether it's her body, her what have you, looks or whatever. I've never been one to feel like that where I'm going to be spending my money on some dude. That ain't happening. I think I got that from my mom. A man asked my mother for money. She was insulted. She was highly offended. Very offended. And I think I got that from my mom. I ain't paying for no clown. You crazy?
So,
and you have to keep in mind, when God created the woman, he created us as the gift. We're the gift. And then look at the way our bodies are designed. We are designed to receive. The man enters our body and we receive. That's nature telling you the way this is supposed to work. Right, Tubies? Let's listen into J.R. Wise Man. Wisdom.
Based upon this email I just read, I take it that she has some sort of low self-esteem based upon what society or what people have told her in general. Obviously, you've been married before. You're still married because you're separated. So someone's attracted to you, and at the end of the day, as cliche as it sounds, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I got that right.
Beauty is one of those things. Regardless of whoever told you weren't up to par, or you weren't desired by society, or your features weren't this, weren't that. I mean, there are people out there, man and woman, at the end of the day. There are people out there that want to be with you. But I guess people look at things through a lens of saying, well, the people that want to be with me, I don't want to be with them. Hence, I use my assets to get the type of person that I want. And men do it all the time. Men will do it all the time to get what it is that they want. But in your case, you realize obviously what you're doing. You know off top what you're doing. You're talking about out of your league. This guy who you had a relationship with, so to speak. You said he didn't want to be seen with you out in public. But
Does he have a penis? How's he out of your league?
he's financially well off from what you're saying. He has all these other things. He's honest. He's a homeowner.
That's funny, man.
So, but you were basically, according to this email and another email I read from you, you were basically just trying to win him over or ply him with gifts, jewelry, all these other things, and he was willingly accepting these things, even though, according to you, he was financially stable.
Exactly. Hello?
So that was your way of keeping this person on the hook, so to speak, because you felt that there was no other way. And as a woman, that's really deep when you look at it, as far as paying a man. Because a lot of times, and it comes down to this whole tax thing, a lot of times you'll hear about women that may be perceived as overweight, unattractive, whatever have you. They'll try and get a man to stick around. And it's cliche. Once she gets her tax return, and she'll give the guy.
And honey, I see it all the time. I'm from New York, right? And I tell all my lady friends, honey, like right now, today it's December 17th. Tax time is right around the corner. Even me, I've had these dudes, but I always have these dudes, whatever, pushing up on me, whatever. That's why I wear my rings all over, to try to make whatever, because it's garbage up here as far as I'm concerned, garbage. But like I call up my girlfriends, a couple of my friends, and I say, ladies, don't forget it's tax time. It's close to tax time. You know how that's going to be. You're going to be more popular than usual. You're going to have more men smiling at you, flirting with you, because it's around tax time. Usually, it's around tax time when these guys come out of the woodwork, and September. Like normally, September, they're looking for a place to crash or have for the winter. I don't meet new guys. If I'm going to go out with a guy or I'm going to meet a new guy and hang with him for a minute, I always want to meet him in the summer. In the summertime, babe. Yeah, that's right. So starting in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, around April, that's when they start arguments because they want to try to break off. Around March or April, actually March, they want to march because April is right around the corner and the weather is getting ready to break where the women have half their clothes off, half naked, and they want their freedom. And then come September, who doesn't know this game by now? Come September, they're looking around, thirsty, whatever, more nicer than usual, more attentive than usual. And they usually look for women who have low self-esteem. Like if a woman is fat, or if a woman is, I call fat if you look sloppy looking. Because I'm not a thin woman, but I'm not fat. I'm a healthy size. I call myself healthy. I don't have diabetes, high blood pressure. My cholesterol is under 200. I'm definitely a healthy size. For my body, I'm 5'7". But they look for women who have low self-esteem about their body or about the way they look. And these are the ones that they prey on come September and come close to tax time. Or they look for women who may be thin or skinny and not comfortable with their bodies. It's all about finding women who need outside validation. They need a man to validate them, to make them feel like they're worth something, or that you have some type of value. Wrong girl, wrong woman for this one. You know what I mean? I don't need no man to validate. Please, that's annoying to me. But anyway, let's go back here with J.R. Wisdom. Go ahead, Mr. Man, speak.
In question, the tax return for him to do with as he sees fit.
Yep.
Or promise him to go on a cruise or a trip. Anything like that, just to keep this guy around. In your case, you're a professional. You make money. You're separated, but you're saying, Unfortunately, I've learned this works, and this behavior has become my immediate response to capture a man's attention. Since I lack in many areas, the question, and I guess me and you will talk about this later. When you say you lack in many areas, that's another thing. And for the ladies who are watching this video, what areas are you lacking in that you feel that you can fill in with money? You know,
I can't think of
and
any
this
for
is where
me.
the point comes in where you becoming the greatest version of yourself. Some people don't want to work on things and they feel that they can just use money to fill in the gap with that. I.e., sometimes, that could be hair, makeup, working out, lipo, all of this other stuff. They would rather do that than face the reality and put in the work. Not saying that this is you. I just want to know what it is that you're saying. What areas you're lacking in, which I should have got that before I made this video. But the thing about
There are three simple words any woman
Okay,
can
hold
say
up.
to get
thing about women, what I've noticed about women.
What you notice?
You're saying that, and I'm assuming based upon everything I'm reading from you, you have this belief that you're unattractive, and like I said, I'm repeating it over and over. And your only way for you to get a certain type of man or whatever man it is that you're seeking is to pay him. My thing is the thing about women, and this goes for men too. If you feel like you're lacking in a certain area physically, there's other ways, there's other departments, other areas that you can work on by getting in the greatest shape of your life, getting in the best shape of your life, working out, losing weight, cleaning yourself up. Other than that, one thing that's for sure about a woman, and you can go on a lot of different pages, men will overlook, and even women overlook men. If a woman is in top physical condition or is in decent physical condition, men and women know this too. Men will overlook a woman's face all day. If we're talking about strictly about that, about the aesthetics.
Yeah, that's true, but that's very stupid of men. It's like he's trying to say if a woman has a nice body, a man will pick a nice body over a pretty face, which that's the stupidest thing in the world. But then again, we are talking about, right? Pretty much. I rest my case. You have men don't stop to think about what if you do hook up, get together with this woman. She has a nice body and she has a nice personality. You forget about genetics, sweetheart. You want a pretty child. You have children with this woman, and she has a face that look like gorilla cookies. What's up with that? Whereas if she has a beautiful face or a nice looking face, you could always fix the body down the road. See, that's common sense. That's something that these dudes lack. They're so busy focusing on the physical part of the body and all that other nonsense. Look, as long as the woman is healthy, like me, I'm in no rush. Let me tell you what I want to. I want to lose some stomach, and I want to lose. What else do I want to lose? I want to plump up my booty a little bit more, but I already got booty. Baby got back. But I want to get a flatter stomach. That's pretty much what I'm focused. What I really want. I don't want to be a toothpick or skinny. I don't want that. I just want a flatter stomach, and I'm good. But a man is a jerk. He's stupid if he cares more about her body opposed to her face. Because, like I said, his kids, what is that going to look like? Ugly looking kid. Ain't nobody focusing on no little kid's body and all that. They're looking at that mugshot.
Being aesthetically pleasing as far as your face. Men, a lot of men, if a woman's body, they'll take a nice body on a woman or a decent body on a woman over a face.
No.
And this happens so much.
I disagree with him. Say boys care more about things like that. Because men have got to understand you can have a woman who have a slamming body, but now you got erectile dysfunction. And regardless of how hot her body is, trust me, I know, I've heard the stories. My slamming looking body, you have erectile dysfunction, you have diabetes, high blood pressure, so you can't take the Viagra, Levitra, or Cialis. It messes with your heart, it messes with your eyesight, it makes your muscles and your joints hurt so desperately. So now here I am with my slamming nice body, something you ain't got no real use for, but then I'm walking around looking like a whatever too. You can't use this. You got to look at that. That's stupid.
There's so many pages on social media you can look at where the woman may not be that attractive, but it's her body or what she's wearing, the way she's dressed. You know, she's gotten to the point where that makes up for the other area.
I don't think so.
So you're saying many areas that you're lacking in, but yet still, like I'm saying, you're a commercial, you're a professional, commercial driver. You make your own money. You sound like, based upon everything I'm reading, that you have something to bring to the table.
You see, he's still JR. I think his name is JR Wisdom. He's not so wise. Not in that area. He may be wise in other areas. And you take a look at him. He's still young. That's why he's talking like that. But when you ask a man, and I'm speaking of a man, not a boy, not somebody who got Peter Pan syndrome, refused to grow up. You have to use common sense, honey. Use smarts. Look at things for the long term. Long term. Hot looking face, gorgeous as all hell. Body needs some work, but that could be fixed. If I have children, they're going to be amazing looking, beautiful children. Hello.
Period. It sounds like you're willing to build, or could be willing to build, because you're going out of your way to do these things for men. Just to get their attention. What you're saying is you just want to get to have their attention, someone to be there, or maybe just someone to reciprocate this feeling that you have, as far as just having someone to give you attention. So all I'm saying is it just seems like, and like I said, I can't tell anybody what to do with your money. You do whatever you want to do with your money. That's on you.
Hold on, folks.
If what it is that you're seeking is a real.
Okay, I had to get my napkins so I can.
Partner or true love or someone that will be there for you unconditionally, you and I both know that this isn't the way, as you stated. Any relationship that starts off with money, and I've said this on other videos, any relationship that starts off with money is not going to last. I talked about this with my issue yesterday when I did my video, and I already know that people have.
I agree. Any relationship that starts off with money, I mean, like what out the gate. But a man has to show a woman that he can be a provider. Like I said, if women have to be submissive, then you damn sure better be one hell of a provider. And being cheap and stingy right in the beginning of the relationship, I'm not trying to hear none of that. Don't waste my time. That's one thing you can't get back is your time. We can always make more money. We can always get back more material things. But my time, don't waste it. You start out the gate. You see how nice that is? Cheap and stingy. I can't be so bothered. Now, there was this guy that was on Facebook who was constantly chasing after me on Facebook, and I had to let him know I wasn't interested in him because everything of his pictures on Facebook, it was always with his car, his great red car. He has the gold on his hair. He has the gold here. I told him, you're way too flashy for my taste, buddy boy. Really, I'm not impressed with that. Personally, I don't want a man with a car. I don't. I want him with Uber and a Lyft account. That's what I want. But anyway, of course, he kept chasing me. He's African. And I got to the point where on Facebook, I just blocked the clown. How's that?
You have to know this, that if you start off buying people stuff, buying them gifts, paying their bills, and all of a sudden that money that you have stops coming in, that person that you're dealing with is only going to stick around as long as you have the money coming in. Now, I don't know if that's why you said that this guy, he moved on.
Wow.
You said fast forward, he's moved on, and I don't see myself getting into a serious relationship. With this mindset, you're absolutely right. That's another question I would like to know is why, what was the purpose of him moving on? Is it because you weren't able or you weren't available to him at a certain point monetarily? and he felt like that's the leverage he had over you, is if you weren't able to. But like, it's kind of weird because you say this guy is financially stable.
Exactly.
So if it's financially stable, what was it that he was looking for in you? Since you're saying you're conscious that he was only with you.
Maybe that's why he's financially stable. You ever take time to think about that? Because he has several women that he's getting money from. That's probably where he gets his finances from. You know what that's called: a pimp, a gigolo, a punk, a dirtbag.
Because of the jewelry, money, clothes, electronics, and all of the attention. Is that the reason why he just needed that? Even though he was financially set, he was willing to overlook, or were you really a good person that he saw?
He was financially set because he has a stable filled of suckers like her, simps like her. That's where he was getting his finance, and the reason why he's financially supposedly stable. I mean, yeah, he has a stable. That's crazy. That's quite crazy.
Or whatever. But he was still taking the things from you. Now, on the other end, you have some men who will basically just have women take care of them. They don't work at all. And a woman will sit there and carry these guys, take care of these guys, hoping that, based on, and I need to do a video on that, based on empty promises and the like, that she may be able to transform this man or change this man into her reality of what a man should be, but it's probably never going to happen. And I don't know if you had that same mindset also, that somehow this money that, or whatever it is, that all these things that you're doing to be with a man, that somehow it will force someone to be in love with you. And that's never going to happen with gifts and money. You can't, this is one thing you can't force, is trying to get someone to fall in love with you by paying for them, by paying them. So now, and any woman who finds himself in this position, now is the time. You just have to. This is where self-respect comes in.
Self-respect. Hello.
I know you may want a certain type of man, or you feel like there's no other man that can replace this man that you have this situation with, but that's not the truth. Or if you're just willing to just give up on your shortcomings, especially a lot of times if these are shortcomings, based upon what you personally feel like you're uncomfortable with, based off what somebody has told you. If this is something that you think that you can, well, you might not even have to change anything, but as far as you becoming the best version, that's what you should be striving for. As long as you're striving for that, and instead of trying to take the easy way out or the shortcut by paying them, just focus on being the best version of yourself.
There you have it, folks. We're going to end JR Wisdom on that note. And my belly is full right now. Okay. Anyway, so there you have it, my darlings. Are you a female simp? Sucker, aka simp, aka sucker. Huh? And if you are, get a grip. See the true love truly loving you. Until next time, bye for now.